ladies, 'cause I'm off to the hole in the road. I'm walking off school and I'm off to the city, watching telly all night and I'm not looking pretty. See, I got this job downtown, selling knocked off ladies' watches for £1. For a really dodgy man that I met in a dodgy cafe. You know, he said to me, the girl who sold these yesterday wasn't selling very carefully. Police came along and took her and all my watches away. So if you see some coppers, you grab my stuff and leg it, boy, right away. I'll be in the cafe. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way through life. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way through life. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. So it's been a few hours and I haven't sold enough for my bus fare home. Street still is pretty tough, so I turn on the charm for the lunchtime rush. With a smile and a wiggle on my schoolboy touch. So the charm is working in the underground. There's a crowd of men and women gather round. And the watches, they are going, the money is a-flowing. Think I'll charge a little extra, stick it in my pocket, spend you later. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way through life. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way through life. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I haven't sold a watch for an hour and I'm dying for a slash. I've had enough of this, so I'm off for a piss. Then a quick walk back round to the cafe. Sitting at his table drinking tea. Looks at me suspiciously. Then with a glance at the watch he says, how did you do? He paid me a couple of quid. Then he said, would you like to come and work another day? I said I'd come back down on Friday. Yeah, to that he said okay. So with £2 in my pocket and another 5 in my shoe, I nipped down to Castle Market where a man who looks like Leo Sayer is selling pots with cockles and prawns. You make me feel like dancing. Then off back to dinner on the Wiggers and then home. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way. I'm just a boy from Sheffield, making his way.
Oops-a-daisy, oh, looks at me suspiciously and then says, how did you do? I can't fucking turn the thing off. There we go. And this one on here. How are we doing? Welcome along. It is Raconteurs News. It's after dark, Friday night. First after dark I've done in a long time. So you're most welcome. You're most welcome this evening. Here, talking to myself, doing about nothing really. Anyway, yeah. Good evening. Good evening to all the people in the chat room. Evening to Dinny is in the St. Pauli. I'm back upstairs, as you can see. Oh, hang on. I forgot to put my props up. That needs to go there. So that we've got, you know, we've got a bit of balance with St. Pauli and what have you. It's a bit fucking tinny up here. I fucking forgot how bad it is up here. Yeah, good evening to you, Dinny. To Spanish Chicken, Kendo says good evening, Raccoons. Hi, Jason, NVE. Uni Black Sister as well. Annette Robot Good evening, Annette Robot. She loves that tune. Thank you. It's Heath Dweth who wrote it. It's about itself. It's a self portrait of a song, really, from his childhood. Yeah. Anyway, there you go. I like that song as well. Good evening, Mahatma Malevolence and Spanish Chicken. I wonder how much you've had a drink tonight, Spanish Chicken. Whether you're going to be in the after chat later, a little bit later on. And listen, I'm only going to do an hour and a half tonight, simply because I'm still get a little bit tired, and I'm on my own tonight, so I'll probably be, doing it. I meant to put that other thing as well. I'm just not organised. And do you know what? I've done no research at all about anything that I'm going to talk about tonight, because I don't even know what I'm going to talk about. So it's like off my head, it's off top of my head. Evening, Daniel Fisher. Good evening to you. I hope you're having a good time. Mahatma Malevolence, Spanish Chicken, Chris Partridge, and a big hello to Paula as well, who's probably not listening at the moment live, but she will be listening at some point. So good evening to you, Paula. We're thinking about you. Just having a bit of a difficult time in a moment, Paula. So if everybody could just spare a little bit in the prayers for her, no matter who you fucking who you pray to. World Cup, Jason. Yeah, let's talk about fucking World Cup. What a pilot! I used to be a football fan. And I suppose I still am. I still watch a bit, but I've got nowhere near. I'm nowhere near as invested in it as I used to be. And it's pretty much this old Qatar thing. It sort of underlines the reason why I'm not really bothered about it anymore. Because it was just about money, and that's it. And we've got this love-hate relationship with money, haven't we? I'm not watching it, Jason. Fuck exactly. That's the attitude a lot of people are having. I don't think I'll probably have it on or something, but I'm not going to be sort of like sitting there with my fucking little banner and my little England flag and what have you. I'm just going to perhaps just have it on, and perhaps not have it on. Maybe not have it on, but what a fucking. It shouldn't even be in Qatar. If Qatar has any politics in it, I won't be watching it. It's all politics. It's all fucking politics. That's the thing. We give it to a country. It's given to a country that's got no football heritage. They didn't even have any stadia. I've been to Qatar. I've been to Doha years and years and years ago. And from when I went, which was, I've got to give it you. It was a long time ago, probably about nearly getting on 30 years ago. But there was nothing. It was just a desert, pretty much a desert. So, and I flew in on Gulf Air as well, which I remember were like one of the fucking worst planes. Honestly, I thought that the thing were going to fucking fall to bits. Gulf Air back then. But yeah, I flew into Qatar, and it's somewhere over the rainbow. Yeah, you're not allowed to do that. Of course, Russia's been banned. So they're talking about banning Iran as well. I think the people in Ukraine, the sports minister or somebody, I think someone from Shakhtar Donetsk as well, who's the football team in Ukraine, in the Donbass region actually. But Shakhtar Donetsk, the owner, the people that were there said that it should be that Iran should be banned and Ukraine put in, because if you get rid of Muslims and put some Nazis in there, why not? You don't want Iranians in there. Fucking what a joke! I mean, what an absolute utter joke. And I don't think I'll be bothered. I'll not be bothered. I'll not be bothering. I don't think. Fucking right ball ache. Anyway, that's our World Cup report. You've got people like fucking Gary Neville, who was a real critic of it, and then as soon as somebody's dropped a briefcase full of money in front of him. He's going to go over there and he's going to work for one of the Qatari broadcasters on the World Cup. So David Beckham, of course, is over there getting $150 million or whatever it is. $150 million. I mean, for fuck's sake. Why not ban the USA? Exactly. Ban the USA. If it were a real World Cup, Britain would be banned. It's England, so that's Britain. That's England, Scotland, Ireland, and Wales. Northern Ireland and Wales. United Kingdom, they'd be banned. So that's all them teams. The USA team would be banned. The Ukrainian team would be banned. The German team would be banned. It's not really a World Cup. Despite being under attack, they can still play sports. Anybody, it's all the same. It's all the same fucking shit. It's Neville's a turncoat. He didn't even have a coat on. You mind fucking being a turncoat? He's never had a coat on. It's just it's a self-serving. It's a self-serving thing, but that's what it is for everybody in it. For all these people that are doing these things, and anybody that's. I mean, we were talking the other day when I was telling you about when we were talking about Neil Sanders and the feeling that I had about him going and talking to the BBC, which it's obvious what he's done. He thinks he can get some extra bums on seats for his podcast. I'm going to sneeze in a minute. Sorry about this. I've got a fucking sneeze for some reason. I can feel it coming. So Neil Sanders, it's the same thing. He says one thing and he does another, and then he does a different thing, and then he tries to be, he's trying to. I saw, in fact, you know what? I saw something on Facebook. Somebody had put that they'd been on been in this show in the chat room and had been giving me a load of grief and calling me all sorts of names. And this person called me. In fact, I'll tell you her name because it is public. Anyway, we're on Facebook. This woman called Nicholson, Mags Nicholson, or something like that. Anyway, someone I don't know. Obviously, a fan of Neil Sanders, and she called me a cunt waffle. if you saw it, I mean, I didn't read it because I thought I can't be asked to read this because she was calling me a cunt waffle, and then underneath Neil Sanders had put something like, yes, but Jason has got a leg. I think what he was trying to do, I think he was trying to be ironic. Jason has got a leg. Just because you can't see a leg there doesn't mean, or blah blah blah, all this sort of shit. Making insinuating that I'd said that he was a bad person and that Richard D. Hall was absolutely correct on the Manchester thing. Didn't say that. I didn't say that at all. I said he was a wanker for going to the BBC. He knew what he was going to get. He knew exactly what he was going to get. He knew that they were the people that were going to twist his words. He knew that. But yet he still danced with the devil. Why did he dance with the devil? So he can get a few more fucking people listening to him so that his YouTube channel can get banned. That's really it. I mean, for fuck's sake. I just don't know. It's just fucking. It's just amazing. This Neil Sanders. He thinks that he can. He thinks that what he does is he takes the criticism of him from me as I'm criticizing him and I'm backing up everything that Richard D. Hall says, and I'm not. I just said you're a cunt for going to see BBC. BBC are the enemy. You don't bother with the bit. I've had BBC. I've had Channel 4 getting in touch over the years. I think 2013 when Channel 4 got in touch, they want to do something. No, we wouldn't do it. Just would not fucking do it. Not because I knew that it weren't. I've been on telly before. I've been on fucking. I went on Wikislink and I went on Golden Balls, and I see what they do. I've seen firsthand what they do. I've seen them say something to, and I say, what are we doing that for? Why are we doing that? And they just say, oh, it's a television thing. And this is what they'll have done to Sanders. they were said to him, you know, and said, fucking don't insult my intelligence by saying to me, oh, I went on to defend Richard D. Hall. No, you didn't. You did not. And no matter what you or that woman that fucking thinks that I'm some sort of cunt waffle. I mean, come on, for fuck's sake. What's she been doing? Watching Danielle Le Verite? Jesus fucking Christ. Just fucking amazing. Absolutely amazing what fucking people will do. It's absolutely amazing. Anyway, couldn't give a fuck really, to be fair. Which is why I didn't bother engaging with him. So, yeah, listen, you can come on and defend yourself, Neil, if you want. You're always welcome. Come on here and defend yourself, and I'll tell you what a cunt I think you are, because I do. I think you're a cunt. You went on there simply for your own benefit. You didn't go on, and then you come out and you go, oh, I was just doing it to defend Richard. What if there were nobody to defend Richard? There were nobody there to defend Richard. I was trying to defend Richard. Oh, I didn't know they were going to edit it. Of course you fucking knew. Jesus, you've fucking written 2 books on our crap. Oh, sorry, you've plagiarized 2 people's fucking work and written their words into a fucking book and just swapped them around a bit so that you can... so if you didn't take any of that in while you were doing it, then more fool you, because you should have done. Self-serving Sanders, yes, exactly. That's exactly what you are. Neil Sanders, you are self-serving. You are a prick. And we've fucking got a picture of a fucking prick. Look, you know, everybody does this sort of thing, don't they? Fucking Neil Sanders, Jesus Christ. Honestly, I think I'd rather have sex with Dinny than there you go, there he is. Neil Sanders with his horns. He's got his horns out. His horns are there. And it looks like from his face as well, it looks a bit wobbly outside, doesn't it? Like he's got Bell's palsy or something like that. I wonder where that could have happened. Anyway, I don't know. If it is. Dinny versus Saunders. Yeah, that'd be a good thing. Matthew Taylor says, I think Saunders is a cunt too. Thank you, Matthew. He's a complete cunt. What he's trying to do is trying to justify himself when he's been caught out. Someone's caught him sucking at the nipple of the BBC, trying to get a little bit of juice using fucking Richard D. Hall's fucking name to do it. You're a piece of crap. I've just fucking had enough of fucking wankers. Fucking wankers. If you want to come on, if you really want to come on, if you want to come on and talk about this to me, get in touch. I'm sure we can arrange it. My people would fucking love it. Bring your own. They can have a fight in fucking chat room. Me and you can have an argument on here, and then we can sort it all out, can't we? Spanish Chicky says, nice to see you back, Jace. Good, looking good, man. Thank you. I am a very good-looking man, though. Very, very good-looking man. That's got to be said. Jimmy Hagan isn't. Jimmy's not on with me tonight. He's got some of his family along, so he's spending some time with his family and stuff. Told me yesterday, so I knew I'd be on my own tonight. You can hear my voice is going a little bit now, can't you? So I'm going to try and I'm going to try my hardest to get through. I thought an hour and a half or something like that. I might have to get somebody on. I did get in touch with Dinny's mate and see if he wanted to come on earlier on. Let me send him a fucking link. There we go. Sorry about this. Copy link. Yeah, so if you want me to talk about Hope, stick it in the chat room. But yeah, I went to BBC Radio Nottingham a few years ago about the Bradbury Pound. This is Kendo Taylor. Next day, the Deputy Chairman of Nottingham City Council, a copper and a common purpose PA banging on my door. That's interesting. I'd like you to tell us about that if you could, Kendo. Come on and yeah, we're not going to say that, Chris Partridge, because that one, because you know, we don't want to get fucking. We don't want to get that shit again, do we? Fucking. Oh, here we go. Oh. I don't know. Anyway. Yeah, so it's really look, fucking Sanders. There's nothing on this earth more true than the time that I said to you last year when he fucking completely changed his tack on on things, shall we say, things. I said to you, he said what he's doing is reinventing himself. That's what he's doing. He's reinventing himself. And I think he went at the time as well. He took that as me calling him a liar, but it's not. He was reinventing himself. Very interesting stuff. Kendo, the Bradbury Pound went sideways. The Bristol Pound, it's all crap, mate. The Bradbury Pound, I remember that from it must be about 10 years ago now. Roger Hayes doing a thing about the lawful bank. Remember the lawful bank? All these things that have been and gone over these years. That now we've got more numbers. All this good stuff's gone. What you'd want to do if you're new to all this stuff, what you need to do is you need to find somewhere a resource that's got things from about 10 years ago, from about 10 years ago, because that's when that sort of thing was. People were doing things. People were expecting things. Social media wasn't quite as throttling as it is now. I mean, you're throttled now. You don't, aren't you? You can't get, unless you're fucking, I don't know, some fucking bloke that's got a fanny and a knob and some tits and that. You're not going to get anywhere unless you're some fucking really weird freak. And that's what you have to be in this day and age. You have to be a really weird freak. If you just look at all the people on TV, they're all really weird freaks. None of them wear normal clothes. They don't wear normal clothes. They have to wear some shit, something that's their signature thing, their outfit. It's all fucking weird stuff, weird cunts. It's hilarious. Saunders is a plagiarizer. Okay, let's hope Saunders is roosted. Says Spanish Chicken Kendo Taylor, the concept of the Bradbury, it raised in credit, not debt. Yeah, exactly. The concept. The Bradbury Power, a good idea. All these things have been good ideas. They've just been, it's not that they've been poorly executed. It's just that they've been throttled. It's like anything else, it's been throttled. I do remember going to about 2013 or something like that. Was it 2013? Me and AD went to Stoke to one of these BCG conferences, and there were a number of speakers there. I think Michael Doherty were there. Fucking hell, what a fucking penis he is. I don't know if you've ever. I've had him on this show. He's been on this show. Michael Doherty. He stood for Parliament against Boris Johnson in Boris Johnson's seat back in day. What a fucking. You see, what I'm doing now is I'm going on, the telegrams come along and there's telegram groups everywhere. I get invited to get in, to join telegram groups. Some I join, some I don't, but some I'll just have a look at. And I'll have a look and I'm thinking to myself, as we're going down, as you're scrolling through, all the things that people are saying were what we were saying 10 years ago. What those of us that were already aware of the nonsense that's been going on for time immemorial, really. We were all aware. I'm seeing that now, and I'm trying, but it's difficult to try to divert people away. For example, let's just take this for example. Mark Steele. There are people now who will post Mark Steele's work and think that he's doing okay. He's doing, because they've never seen anything before. They've never had that experience. And I've got to say, when we first had Mark Steele on, back in the day, he were fine. He were a bit fucking, but Andy were with me then. And Andy used to do the main sort of, a lot of the sort of presenting the first bit. And we used to ask questions and stuff, but he seemed okay. And then what happens is, people start showing the true colours. People like him. And then he shares a stage with all the rest. And all the rest are tainted with it. Mark Devlin's tainted with it. Fucking Sanders is fucking... I don't know what he's covered in, but it's fucking sticky and wet. Ike and all these people that the celebrity truthers or whatever you want to fucking call them. Kate Sheramani. I mean, what happened to her? She's disappeared, hasn't she? Well, I've not seen her anyway. I don't know if she disappeared. But again, that's another one that were featured on BBC as well. And where these people, why these people think that they're going to get a decent run from BBC, I don't know. Why they're going to get any sort of impartiality. I just don't know. I just don't know where they think they're getting it from BBC. You're not going to get any impartiality. They'll go around all day fucking waving and BBC fucking they've got this fucking paedophile thing up here and all this and all that and all other, and then they're fucking going down and getting on telly and doing their own little bits. Fucking Robert is busy tonight. He's got visitors. Oh, says Dinny. Dinny knows more about Robert than anyone else. Kate Shilamani is trying the American market, I think, says Sci-Hop. Good evening, Sci-Hop. I didn't know. Listen, I've not seen her for a long time. But a lot of these people, I won't look. I'm not going to start calling people shills. I'm not going to say people are paid or people are this or that. But I mean, by the very nature, now, Neil Sanders is a paid shill. They must have paid him, even if they paid his expenses to go down there. He's a paid shill. He's been paid to go on the BBC. So he's now a paid shill. And he's allowed what he has said to be edited. He's allowed that. He's not said, I want some editorial control. I want this and I want that and I want other. No, he's not. He's not got any of those guarantees in place. He's now a paid shill. It's as simple as that. I mean, they don't have to they don't have to all be fucking paid by security agencies and stuff like that through poker sites, which is how they used to do it. I don't know how they do it now, but I know that's how they used to do it, because that's how. Oh God, what were they called? That poker site that had fucking Chris Ferguson, they called Chris Ferguson. And Phil Ivey were involved in it as well, and they got caught laundering money, and they were laundering money for the government, not for the government, for these fucking black op things and these shills and stuff like that, and they got into trouble for it. So I'm sure Gus Hansen were involved in that as well, but there were quite a lot. Full Tilt Poker, is it Full Tilt? Someone will tell me that poker site that. Phil Ivey, Chris Jesus Ferguson involved. A few old timers, old guard were involved in it. But that's not how they do it anymore. Well, I don't know how they do it. That's how they used to do it. I don't know how they do it now. So who fucking knows? So yeah, he's a paid fucking shill. He's been paid to go down there and get his 2 penneth worth in and be able to have it edited as well. So it's just ridiculous. Just ridiculous. Don't do it. If the BBC come to you and they say to you, yes, we'll be, and they'll say to you, oh, yes, we'll be impartial. And then there'll be some fucking young researcher that's hanging about you all fucking day, that's around you and that will do fucking anything for you. No, I mean just anything, like go and fuck off and get you a fucking sandwich or something. But yeah, the fucking, they can't be trusted. Just don't trust them. Just don't trust them. Judas Sanders. In fact, other day I was thinking afterwards when I saw that. Oh God, what were it? Fuck. Oh yeah, that's it. After I'd finished other night, I was going to change the title to The Trial of Neil Saunders because I thought that might piss him off a bit more. But I don't really want to piss him off. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do really. Fucking Jesus, Judas or what? Judas or what? I don't. Ben Emlyn Jones apparently had him on. I think. Or he might have done. Or I think Ben Emlyn Jones on the same night that I was on Tuesday, that we were on Tuesday. I think Ben Emlyn Jones might have had him on, just to. But he's trying to defend himself. I just can't get how he can defend himself. Didn't Sanders personally claim? Didn't Sanders claim to personally know 7 people who died a couple of years ago on this channel? I don't know. I don't know actually whether he did or not. I can't remember. You see, most of the time I can't remember much about what we talked about. I usually have to go back and listen back, but it's a bit difficult. Yeah. Charlie Wood was asking for money for Kate Sheramani's court case. That's proof right there. They are operatives. What was this court case that she was having to deal with? What was this court case? I don't know. I didn't know she'd been in trouble. Right. Shall we? I think we should, shouldn't we? Excuse me. Did I do this? Fucking. Oh, yeah, did I? Yeah, liquor at the front, poker at the rear. Poker in the rear. A fine fucking motto. Liquor in the front, poker in the rear. With Ike. So wouldn't even watch the BBC. Never mind, go on it. No, I look. I've got fucking BBC on TV. It's downstairs, and every so often I do have a look and see what they're fucking laughing, what they're making a joke about, because that's what it is. It's a fucking joke. The whole lot of it's a joke. Magistrates court when she got arrested. Oh right, okay. I didn't know she got arrested. Yeah. Alice Nillman says, when truthers have Patreon sites asking for donations, I immediately don't trust them. No, I'm a pretty much similar vein. Look, but the thing is, I ain't got a Patreon site. I won't. But it's coming up to that time of year where I have to get the StreamYard sorted out. I've got a couple of people that make donations, but I will ask for if anybody wants to make a donation. But that'll be it. I'm not going to be fucking. If I'm short, I'll fucking pay for it myself. So yeah, there is a lot of that about that people want you to buy it. Free speech is not free, is it? I mean, look at anybody. You want to get the free speech, but what do you do? What do people do? Because if you're on a platform such as this, that you've got to be careful what you say. In fact, you've got to be careful. I know, but you should be careful what you say. But you do say what you do have to be careful what you say, because there's some things that you think will be okay and they won't. Right? So you're using other people's platforms. When it comes to your own platform, if you're going to do your own platform, that of course costs money. And some people, fine, if they want to take donations, if they want to call for donations, ask for donations, that's completely up to them. But it's not what I'm doing this for. I'm not doing it for thousands of views. I don't want thousands of views. I want this gang of people to all be able to stick together. And this is where everyone meets. And I've been fucking stuck with it. Do you like my clock? My clock's back, by the way. Look at it. Do you like it? It's fucking great, isn't it? There it is. There's my clock. You can see it's a little bit off, but that's what we like here, isn't it? We're a bit fucking wonky and a bit off and everything. I just show this as well. Just there you go. SpongeBob SquarePants or something complete. It's almost operational. No, I'm not a fucking geek, really. That's my stump, by the way, for Neil, because Neil obviously thought that my leg were a false flag. No, it's a false leg. It's a wooden leg. I'm not made of wood, but I do have a wooden leg. Evening, Paula. Good evening to Paula. Earache as well has said 9 minutes past 11. Is that random? Haha. I didn't realise that. Earache says it was funny when Richard D. Hall turned round and went over to the corner to get his camera. She looked a bit worried. She might have thought he was Going to pick something else up. Yeah. Fucking hell. Unbelievable, isn't it? Unbelievable. Fucking BBC, fucking right bunch of cunts. I tell you, I went to BBC. I did Golden Balls in about 2006. And when I went there, I don't know. I've mentioned this on show before, but I mean, there's been that many fucking shows, and some people might not have heard it. But I went on Golden Balls. You know that thing with Jasper Carrot on there? You got them balls. In fact, you can see me on it here. There's a picture. Hang on. I've got a picture here. There we go. That's me on it. There. Look how young and fucking hairy and handsome I am on my thing. Look, and I've got fucking killer on front row. Yeah, there you go. So that were me on Golden Balls. I went on Golden Balls. Now that were on ITV, but it was filmed at the BBC at BBC Television Centre. So I had to drive down to not drive down. I went on train to London to Television Centre. Obviously, I had two legs then, and I could walk. And I think I stopped in a place, Epping or somewhere like that. Anyway, is it Epping or Acton or somewhere? Anyway, I stopped somewhere, had a hotel, then went into London, and then I got there. I think about 9:30 in the morning, and I didn't get out until fucking 10:30 at night. And they were filming 2 episodes, and I was on the fucking second one. So they were I were in this dressing room, and I got Angus Dayton next to me, and it was children in need the next day. So what they did is they locked you in this fucking room. So you were locked. You couldn't get out of this room. You were locked in it, and then whenever you wanted out, you had to like ring them up and somebody would come. So I went out for a fag a couple of times now. I stood outside with Dermot fucking Murnahan, that newsreader, having a fag with him. Fucking uni. I was having a fag with him, and there were boys on it, and it were children in need next day, and it was really, really interesting. I got some DVDs of Loose Change because Loose Change had just been completed. Well, not long since it'd been a couple of years, but it'd been second edition. Anyway, I got a few DVDs, and I shoved one under Angus Dayton's fucking dressing room door. I don't know if you got it or not, but see, I were fighting for the cause even back then when I were on Golden Balls. I was fighting for the cause, and it were eye-opening anyway, because the stuff that they do, it's all trickery and it's all fucking... And the sets as well. You get on set and it's fucking balsa wood and crap, and you think, fuck me, I could have made this in... They make it look right good on telly. But it's like fucking bits of balsa wood, and them balls that went round in that thing, they went round about that fast. Really fucking slow. It's obviously speeded up on telly. And then all balls came out and went down the thing. Then they fuck you off. You get your balls, you have to take your balls out and you put them on your little things. Then they fuck you off. And then they go and look at your fucking balls. And I'm sure they fix it. I'm sure they fixed it because I was a bit of a fucking mouthy cunt. So they thought I could get my way out of anything because I got my way out of the first round. They thought I was a mouthy cunt. And so they put 2 killers on my fucking front in second round. So I got 2 killers up front. And I got a 75 grand ball up back. And now 1,200 and 1,500 or something like that. But I got 75 grand. And fucking still got voted out. Jesus Christ. They fix it. They're fucking just crap. I got on Golden Balls. I just applied and I went for an audition and they just took me. Yeah, really funny actually. Really funny. Good. And then I went on a couple of years later. I went on Weakest Link with Anne Robinson, and yeah, she was nice. I mean, nice as in nice. On the face, trying to face you. She was nice. She seemed nice. I spoke with her. Yeah, we were only ones, me and the other person who got to final. We were only people that were that got to meet Anne Robinson. But she was small, really small. But I tell you what, I would have done, and she was about 70 then. So God knows what she is now. She must be about fucking 200. Anne Robinson. Is she still alive, Anne Robinson? If not, somebody should round up. Oh, she couldn't. Too young. See, if you want to live for the rest of your life, get on our death sweep. Because nobody on our death sweep has fucking died yet. Nobody. So, if you want to live forever, get on that. Can somebody nominate me? I've got it here. Let's see. Just make sure they're not all dead. Jeremy Vine's not dead. Ricky Gervais is not dead. Ryan Clark Neal is not dead. Britney Spears, John Lydon, Jair Bolsonaro, Brian Cox, Zelensky, Greta Thunberg, Tony Blair's not dead, unfortunately. Russell Brand, Johnny Depp, Amber Heard, Bill Gates, Howard Stern, Denise Welsh, Ross Kemp, Paul Merton, Max Egan, fucking hell, Charlie Sheen. In fact, I might get in touch with Max Egan and say, someone picked you on our fucking death sweep. You should be fucking honoured. You're going to live forever, you cunt. Charlie Sheen, Roseanne Barr, Whoopi Goldberg, Martin Roberts, Holmes under the hammer in brackets. So that is our D-list celebrity. Gaza, Katie Price, Hulk Hogan, Melinda Gates, Mark Almond, Boris Johnson, and Xi Jinping. Yes. I thought Sid the Sexist was brilliant on Blind Date. Okay. I don't remember that. I remember Sid the Sexist doing Viz, weren't I? Yeah, so if you want to live for the rest of your life, get on our Death Sweep 2022. It's fucking great. DS 2022. I'm just reading back at some of these things here. Somebody also has said, we've not got any monkeypox, have we? We thought we were going to have that. Get Max on, Jason says, did it? You know what I might do? I might get it. It's amazing how no one dies. No one dies on this list. If you're on this list, this is your ticket to eternal life. You can fucking find it here on Raconteurs News. Somebody please nominate me next time. Ike, Belfield, Brand, Holmes, all BBC. I'm not fucking BBC. I'm not BBC. Don't fucking start calling me BBC. Raconteurs News, how do we get hold of a t-shirt? Since you've asked Chris Partridge, email me your address. I'll send you one. Do you want? Just let me know whether you want large or extra large. I've only got a few left. I will get some more, but I need to find somebody. Somebody who's been. I need to find somebody who can do them better than this, because they didn't come out very well, I don't think. And they came from fucking Germany and all. Uni Black Sister, have you been seeing my shows, Jason? No, I've not been. No, I'll get you on it last half hour if you want. You can bring us up to date and tell us what you've been, who you've been interviewing. All right, yeah, Chris, send us one, and send us that, and I'll get you a t-shirt out to you. First person to ask for one. Might as well get one, haven't we? Still got some left. Of course, we've still got the Death Sweep t-shirt, which is here. I've still got it somewhere. Where the fuck have I put it? Oh, here it is. I couldn't see it because we were on that black seat. And it's a black t-shirt. This is the Raconteurs News Death Sweep t-shirt. It's got the RN on the back rather than the front due to an error. But that will be a priceless heirloom one day. Sorry, a worthless heirloom one day. But that's the prize for the... that's the prize for the person that wins the Death Sweep. But nobody's winning it. Nobody wants to win it, do they? Nobody wants to win it. Take Blair's name off the list for a fucking God's sake, says John Smith. Yeah, we should do that. Nobody's dying on this list. It should be what we want to die, should it? Then then ignore them. Ignore them. Pick somebody you don't want to die. Like me. Pick me. Could do without fucking being close to death again for a while. Dear. Until me death, me next one. Yeah. take fucking Blair's name off the list. It's you see, this is what the media do. I mean, the media just Richard Deol stitched him up. That whole thing was based upon. It was based in emotion rather than in facts and evidence and stuff like that. And he never even got a chance to get any of the evidence in, because I think what they were coming from the point of view that, well, this is definitely how it happened, and you can't say any otherwise. And why are you saying that? Why do you want to hurt people? Why do you want to hurt people? Why do you want people to be crying every night? Why do you want people to do this? Why do you want people to do that? This is how they work. Why do you want to be? Don't you see that? Don't you see that this is going to be offensive to some people? People can be offended with it. What about if it was your family? What if it was a member of your family? It's not a member of my fucking family, is it? It's not. I don't know. Neil Sanders, I don't know. I don't know what happened. I really don't fucking know. I was just saying you were a cunt. Keep coming back to him, don't I? Don't know why. Just saying, why did you go on the fucking BBC? Steve Owen says, if I win that T-shirt, I will definitely get printed on the front. I won Celebrity Death Sweep. Yeah, good idea, Stephen. Good idea. That would be great. That would be great. We get a picture of you in it as well. And anybody who's got a T-shirt, these look really good. These fucking T-shirts, you know. I think, have we got one of Robert in his? Because he looks pretty down. It's just on my phone, I think. Yeah, they're not here tonight. None of them. Look, these two. None of them. Oh no, it's fucking same guy. Oh, I said guy. I can't say that. Don't say guy. Shh. I never said it. Please don't tell Rob I said it. Robert. Don't say I said Robert. His name was Robert anyway, as well. Rob. Yeah. Anyway. Good on him. Good on him. Annette Robot. Please, may I have a T-shirt, Jace? I'll have to look. Send me an email. I'll have to have a look and see how many I've got left. I've still got my old RN T-shirt, lol, says Dinny. Send us a picture of that, Dinny. Send us a picture of that. Were you working? Were you in it? Send us a picture. I'd love to see that. I had a hoodie as well and a T-shirt. I give my T-shirt away. And my hoodie's disappeared somewhere. So yeah, that's when Andy was here. Andy, good old Andy. Oh, by the way, I've got a guest on Tuesday night as well. A guest. Me and Jimmy will be back, but I've got a guest on call. He's been in the chat tonight. He's a regular listener. He's been listening for, well, I think it's probably about 5 years, five or 6 years. That he first got in touch with me, and a very interesting bloke. He's going to be on Tuesday. His name's Neil. He's from here in Sheffield. I'm going to meet him on Monday and have a cup of tea with him and see if just to have a chat, because it would be the first time I've met him. I have been in contact with him for a while. Did some work with somebody else as well. I can't remember the name of the fucking nearly said fucking guy again. Can't remember the name of the person who did it with. But he's going to be on Tuesday, and he's going to be telling us, well, all about what's been going on with himself. Very interesting stories, own personal stories. Really is very interesting. And we'll be doing some talking about some crypto as well. Because I've not talked about crypto for quite a while. So we're crypto, yes, we're going to be talking a bit of crypto. So that's going to be on Tuesday with Neil. Don't know his surname. Sorry about that, Neil. He's in the chat as well. His name's Don't Tell Him Pike. Don't Tell Him Pike. That's his name in the chat. He's been in. I know he was in earlier on. He might not be here at the moment, but he was on earlier on, and he's going to be on Tuesday night, telling us all about what he's been getting up to, what's been going on, what's happening in his world, and getting into a bit of crypto as well. So there he is, Don't Tell Him Pike. So yes, we'll see him on Tuesday evening. I don't know how much I could say, Neil. I'm sorry. I might have fucking, if you'd give me a thing, a bio, of what I didn't know what to say. I don't know what I can and can't say. Yeah, but yeah, we're going to be getting into that on Tuesday. So guests, yay! We're going to be getting more guests on, more and more guests on as we get into the winter. Has it been tonight outside? It's been a bit fucking fireworky, hasn't it? It's not been too bad actually tonight, but it's normally, since it's going to piss it down tomorrow, I thought there'd probably be a few more than there has been, but I suppose people are skint and can't afford to fucking burn the money unless they go and nick it on anyone. Oh, fuck off, Uni and his guest suggestions. Uni, you're there to be ignored. You should remember that. You should remember that. Yeah, send it. So yeah, Annette, Robot, if you send me an email, I'll see what I've got and if you want to send it to me. But I will get these giveaway because I've been dragging my heels a bit with this fucking poorliness and what have you. So yeah, no Nazis, Taylor. Yeah, Taylor, if you're coming on, no Nazis. I don't want to hear anything about Nazis. Nothing at all. I don't want to hear the words Germany, World War II, Hitler. I don't want to hear any of them words. Talk to me about new things. Talk to me about how your pets are doing. Tell me about your pets. Tell us, what are they doing? Any strange behaviors at the moment? Study your pets. Have you got any pets? I bet you got loads. But he's got fucking, I bet loads of bed bugs. Train your bed bugs, have you? Yeah. Tom's Urban Explorer says, how are you, Jason? I'm very well, thank you, Tom's Urban Explorer. And how are you as well? Are you well? We've got to reciprocate these things, keep these happy feelings. They're the way we win. That's the way we win, you know. We win by being happy. If we're fucking miserable, they win. They win. Because all our negative energy, that's what it all is. It's negative energy. I'm not talking in a fucking David Icke sort of, we're all fucking infinite consciousness having an experience. Fair enough. But, there's a lot of people, we laugh, we win. That's it. It's as simple as that. Fuck them. If we laugh, we win. Assuming that all I talk about is Hitler. Yeah, you do. That's all you do is you talk about Hitler. You do. And you talk about World War II and Third Reich and all that crap. You've got to come on. You've got to bring something to this show. And you've still not done your magic trick. And that were ages ago, weren't it? Ages ago that we asked you to do a magic trick. You didn't even do one. Apart from that, where you got that silly fucking rag or whatever it is, and you tried to get a dove out or something. You'll certainly be able to get a t-shirt, and you'll certainly be able to get a t-shirt. I just don't know when and how many I've got. That's all. There's no need to buy them. No need to buy them. I'm going to give them away. He likes to watch his goose stepping in the garden. Uni, just ignore me. Why don't you? You Yanks are so. He is rude. Like, they are rude, aren't they, Americans? Really rude. I watched the fucking thing last night, and it were quite funny. It were Americans watching In-Betweeners. And that were quite funny because they had to kept stopping it and like trying to work out what things that they were saying were, like clunge and fucking. Oh God, she's gonna have a fucking damp muff or whatever, and yeah. Jason, what do you think about Matt Hancock going into the jungle? Am I surprised? Am I fuck? It's same as old. Don't you remember? There's always these. I think first one was George Galloway going into Big Brother, weren't it? When he were eating fucking, licking fucking milk out of Rula Lenska's hand while dressed as a fucking cat. This cunt were a member of Parliament at that time. So he's not going to make a worse spectacle of himself than that. I do notice that people, I can't remember, but at the time I can't remember people making the point that George Galloway was simply going in for the money. But Matt Hancock clearly thinks he's not gone in for the money, has he? But he's going to get paid handsomely. But he's not gone in for the money. He's gone in for the. He's gone in for the to become a celebrity, so that he can then do this all the time. And then he'll be on one of Alan Carr's fucking vehicles, 8 out of 10 cats, and they'll take piss out of him. And then he'll be on it, and they'll take piss out of him on that. It's just fucking nonsense. It's just again. Why would you want to? Why would you want to even fucking subject yourself to that shit? Watching it, and it's like Simon Jordan said, best place for him in fucking jungle. With a fucking mouth full of kangaroo testicles, knackers, I think that's what he said. Kangaroo knackers. He's getting 400,000 quid. 400,000 quid, that's a fucking shitload of money. And he don't need it. What is Hancock going to bring to go into Brickstone? Why? What's this? Hancock going to Brickstone? Why? No, Hancock's going on I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here with Ant and Dick. He's going on there. He's going into the jungle. The jungle. He's going to eat some bugs and that, you know. Klaus Schwab's going to be in there and all serving him some fried fucking locusts. There you go. There's your fucking, would you like locusts with that? Oh, yes, please. That's what it's going to be like. They keep telling us, don't they? Don't tell. Oh, what were he talking to me about? Nice one, Stewie. Oh, there we go. Terrible. Yeah. So this is what we've been told. This, and then there'll be people who go, "Oh, well, this is what Matt Hancock's going in. He's going to eat fucking insects, and he's going to, I don't know, eat fucking kangaroo bollocks and that." And that's going to get us all conditioned to do it. You know, if you want to be a real conspiracy theorist. And you want to be, it's getting us all ready for Klaus Schwab's anthill mob fucking breakfast type thing that he's got going on. Due to his health, it's been reported Matt Hancock does not need to do any bush tucker trials, as he can walk out at any time and still get the 400,000 quid. See, he's not even going to do, he's not going to do all, is he? It's not. Look, people fucking watching this. If you're watching this, you know you're beyond any. You're beyond any fucking help. You might as well switch it off now. I'm not talking about telly. I'm talking about life support machine that's fucking keeping you alive. So if you're watching that, you are as close to death as you are ever going to fucking be at that time, right in the middle, after the adverts, when you're expecting something, because it's left you on a cliffhanger. I've never watched this, by the way, so you'll fucking probably know that if you've ever watched it, because I know what I'm talking about. But it's left you on a cliffhanger. Ant and Dec have jovially nudged each other and gone, hee. Oh, Newcastle United. Oh, you are away. Nosebleed. Yeah, it's going to get a nosebleed. Oh, away. All that shit, and there's a fucking cliffhanger. They're good at adverts. They come back from adverts, which, by the way, now are all fucking funerals, fucking funeral plans, fucking death. I remember when it was like at this time of year, there'd be Scalextrics on. You know, get your Scalextrics for Christmas, and then all the Christmas adverts would be on. Fucking one of them things that like spells it out. Remember them? That, like you spell that word. What were it called? Now spell bollocks, and you put bollocks in, and you go no. That is incorrect. The correct spelling of bollocks is bollocks. You know, they're not adverts for that like that anymore, or for Sinclair fucking Spectrums or ZX81s. No, the fucking death, dying. Oh, fucking next there'll be coffins. Oh, look at this coffin here. We've got this lovely coffin. You get it free with your McDonald's breakfast. You know, this is what they're doing. It's all fucking death and preparing to be every other advert. Then the scrounging. That boy's got pneumonia. That boy's got pneumonia. That boy's got pneumonia. That one's waiting for pneumonia. That one's got it. That one's going to have it next week. You know, we've got to. Then this kid's got fucking flies in his eyes. And this is all heartbreaking stuff, but it shouldn't be happening. And if it is happening, you don't ask poor people elsewhere to fucking. So that's only people that are watching telly. People with fuck all better to do, fuck all else to do. So he ain't got a job and he ain't got fucking. That's the only reason they're watching telly. He's got fuck all better to do. So, asking fucking poorest people in society and then telling them, oh, well, actually, there's no point in spending your money on it. You might as well either give it away or spend it on your fucking death. Why do you want to... when I die, what do I care what happens behind me after? What do I care? It's not going to be my problem. I'm going to be dead. I don't care. I don't expect that for everybody. You die, it's a shock. People die, it's a shock. And then you've got to fucking find a way to be able to give them a dignified burial if that's what they wanted. So, why should I be bothered about that? Oh, I best get someone sorted in case I die. Why? Fuck that. It's to give someone, it's a challenge. Oh, I ain't got any money, so how are we going to fucking pay for this $6,000? Well, fucking leave them in fridge for me. Leave me in fridge. I don't care. But I'm gone. It's not me anymore. It's just the empty. It's like I've dumped my car. That's what it essentially is. You've dumped your car. When you die, your body's just a car that's dumped and you've got out and you've gone somewhere else. That's it. Oh, dear fucking God. Fucking Jesus. Jesus. Can't say his name anymore. It's fucking, you just get fucked, won't you? Just get fucked. It's just fucking crackers, man. It's crackers. It does my fucking boxing. Makes me want to fucking puke. Then there's fucking some bird comes on fucking thing and she's, I've got guide dogs and all that. Now this is stuff that you'd love to be able to give some money to and love to be able to get a dog, but you don't, because you're so skeptical of charities. Because the CEO of fucking the cancer research is on 250 grand a year. You start to get skeptical because it all comes from donations. And if it don't come from donations, then still that's 250 grand a year that could go on cancer research, if that's really what they're doing. But no, it's not. Charities. So we get fucking mugged off. We get mugged off with charities. We get mugged off with our impending death. We do. And then we get fucking told that, falling down dead is now. I saw one other day. Heart disease is now her disease. Her disease. Why is it her disease? I've had 2 heart attacks. My wife said, no, it's not her disease. It's my fucker. Why is it her disease? It's just ridiculous crap that they put, it's not about, it's about sound bites. It weren't about heart diseases affects women as well. They just saw that heart, they could take a couple of letters out and it could be her and then disease. And then they thought, wow, yes. If they cured cancer tomorrow, they'd be out of business. Of course they would be. And that's why they won't, they haven't, they never will. They never will. Why would you? Why would you do that? Why? I'm an ice cream man. And here we go. I've got some of these everlasting ice creams. Fucking round's not going to last very long, is it? I've got this ice cream here. A kid buys an ice cream for 50 pence or whatever, and it never ends. What's the point? Why would they do that? Nobody would do that, would they? No, it has to keep coming. You have to keep turnover. You have to keep saying, oh, we're that close. How many fucking different ones have they had? We'll beat cancer sooner. And then they tell you cancer wants to destroy young lives. Cancer don't want to destroy young lives. It's a disease. It doesn't think. It's got no conscience. It's got no consciousness. It's got nothing. It's just a fucking disease. So it doesn't, it's not, they anthropomorphize them as well. They turn them into human, give them human traits. Cancer wants to destroy young lives. Cancer wants to do this. Cancer wants to do, don't want to do fuck all. It's a disease. It's a terrible disease, but it's a disease. That's it. You can't turn it into something that it's not. But they do, because then it's easier for you to be able to go, oh, well, it is a bastard, and I do hate cancer. I do hate it, I do now. I've seen that. Now that I've seen what he just said then, I do hate it now. I hate cancer. There's no way I'm fucking ever giving anything to a fucking homeless person that smokes in future, because it's just a waste of time. I came on here to avoid the sea. Well, sorry, Tony. Sorry, mate. But this is not about itself or anybody that's got it. It's just about the word. The anthropomorphization of it if I can get that word out. Not bad after after an hour. It's as though cancer rules us. It does. It is, and you know. Anyway, like we don't want to. Let's not talk about it. Honey Badger says, "Evening, Jason. Evening, all. Good evening to you, Honey Badger. Welcome back to Raconteurs News. I know you've been in before. See, Uni just has to bring it down to the lowest common denominator every single time. Cancer wants to give me a bomber jacket. Of course. Lol, I'm joking, mate. Cancer's a hoot. Yeah, listen, I'm you know what I'm fucking talking about. I'm talking about everything that surrounds it. I'm not talking about cancer itself. I know it's a cunt, and it fucking breaks me heart that people that you know that good people go and do things to raise money to try and help, to try and make other people's lives better because they perhaps lost a loved one, and they're being fucking scammed. They're being absolutely fucking scammed. It's just fucking crazy. It's yeah, didn't it, Tony Lol? Steve Owen says, "Give you knob rot, Uni. Be careful what you wish for, mate." Yeah. Let's see what you got to say for yourself, Uni. If you crap, I'm kicking you off. And anybody else who fancies jumping on, I'm going to be going as long as I feel like it. I did say an hour and a half tonight. We've got an hour and 7 minutes in, but I'll do at least an hour and a half. How many times have they cut down your cures to cancer? Loads. So yeah, anybody else wants to come on, jump on.
Yo, nice to see you again, Jason.
Nice to see you again, yo. Actually, it's not. You look exactly the same as like all other times I've seen you. But go on.
Well, first of all, I didn't get to see Tuesday's show, so glad to see you. Glad to see you being strong and healthy again.
Thank you. I am. But what do you want to say?
Well, first of all, so you were asking me before about what I've been what I've been doing in the meantime. I've been having guests on. I've had the same guests on a couple of times now, but because it's a bit hard for me.
We're at Neil Sanders.
What?
We're at Neil Sanders. Have you had Neil Sanders on?
No. Neil Sanders. No. But I've had a few different guests on. You probably haven't heard of most of them anyway. So,
I've not been able to have a look because I'm terrible at that. Right? I don't fucking listen to anybody's show. I will sometimes, but I'm just fucking terrible for that. So you know, if I caught it live, I'd probably watch it. But who's this guy that you've had on then? This guy that you've had on a couple of times.
Well, I've had I've had E. Michael Jones on a couple of times. I'm sure you know him, right?
Yeah, I think so. But you see, there's that many people, especially Americans, that have got like these names that are like, and we've started doing it over here. Fucking Ian R. Crane did it, didn't he? And having the letters in the E, like there's E. Howard Hunt as well, isn't he? He was a gay guy. So there's all these names with different letters, but I'm not familiar. I don't think.
I don't get why people why parents give those names either. It's probably a self-given title name. I don't know, but the point is that we were talking about different topics. You caught Sven Longshanks, my interview with him a couple months ago, right? You remember that one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should consider getting him on. He's a really smart guy.
Okay. So what's going on in America?
In America? Well, actually, first of all, before I get onto that, let me just say another guest who, a couple other people I've had on is Jim Rizzoli. He's mostly on BitChute, but he has his own website as well. And another person who I've had on, and I'm actually going to have an interview, another interview with him tomorrow. Is tomorrow at 1:00 my time, so I think it's like 9:00 your time. Is Dr. Raphael Johnson, and we're going to be talking about Ukraine and Russia. He's probably in my opinion, he's probably the biggest expert on the Eurasian subject, as he's been studying it for decades, and he has several books out on the subject. And I'm not the best with words, but he's a really intelligent guy. He knows his shit. He's not he's not a fucking, he's not a shill. He's not a piece of shit like like certain people are. But I'm going to be talking with him tomorrow, probably for about an hour. That's about how long our last interview went, because only can go for about an hour because they're usually like really busy, so they can't stay out for too long. But
when's that? What time's that? 9:00 tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I probably won't be. I won't be around to listen to it live, but I will, because he said it's going to be an hour. I will definitely have a listen to that. All right. I'll have a listen to it and I'll see what I think of him. And if he's any good, I'll ask him on. But is that all right?
I appreciate that, because, like I said in the chat, Jason, I tend to be pretty good at spotting genuinely interesting and people who are actually worth talking to, and then being able to to be able to separate them from the fucking I don't want to say word shill, but just like dickheads, people who are just a waste of time to speak to. I don't mean to brag, but I tend to be pretty good at spotting those things just by their attitude, the things they say, and the subjects they tend to touch upon. Because I've seen a wide variety of people. Although I don't tend to usually go for the famous people, like your Alex Joneses, your David Icks, your George Galloway. So, and about before I forget that, did you see Ginny's call into George Galloway about a week ago?
I don't watch George Galloway.
He called into George Galloway live on his show. Dinny.
Did he? Oh, right. Did he?
Yeah, and he asked him about the pipeline. I believe he said something about. He said, "Why wasn't Sweden investigating?" You see, he mentioned Sweden, Germany, and Norway. I think. Sorry, I can't remember exactly what he said, but he asked George Galloway, and George Galloway gave him a pretty good answer, in my opinion.
Our dinner.
Yeah.
What, shit in the woods dinner?
Yes.
Excellent. Oh, we'll have to find that one then. Yeah, we'll find that out definitely somewhere.
Yeah, I posted it in the Telegram group chat when it happened. I can send it again. It was pretty interesting. But yeah, you asked me before about what's going on in America. Well, Nancy Pelosi's husband got attacked, and apparently is the news are constantly going on and on about that. Which, like I said in the chat, I've seen the BBC, and overall, I have to say that it's better than CNN. Not that that's saying much.
What you're doing is because you're going from a point of view of hating CNN, whereas I'm coming from the point of view of hating the BBC. Now, I hate the BBC and you hate CNN. I don't really watch CNN and you don't really watch BBC. But it's the same thing. It's essentially just the same thing. It's the bias and the non-fucking, no critical thinking. It's all based in emotion as well. Pretty much like that Richard Dior thing. We're based in emotion. We're just telling people.
And thank you for correcting me, Denny. He asked why Sweden got to investigate the pipeline and not Germany or Denmark, or Russia. Yeah, that's right. That's what he said. And George gave about a few minute long answer.
Right. Okay.
And he even said "Hail Denny" at the end.
Hail Denny.
Yeah.
Hail Denny. Yeah, they're talking about Celtic. That's why they're fucking. Yeah.
At first, I was confused about that when he said that too. I was like, "Is he referencing you know who?" But no. But then it's like, "Oh no, it's the Celtic thing." Okay, that makes sense.
Lawrence Pete has put. Let me just say this. Lawrence Pete's put in the chat room. Starfish Troopers, great show. I hear. I have heard that as well. So it's if you want to find out for yourself, it's on Monday and Wednesday, I think. Probably at the same time as Robert, but it's up to you what you listen to, isn't it? But yeah, Monday and Wednesday they're on. So have a look at them. Cookies on there, and there's a couple of people that are on there. I don't really know. I don't watch it. Like I say, I don't watch very much. So, but I've caught it a couple of times. Yeah, Pelosi. This Pelosi thing though, it's a bit fucking weird, isn't it? Because like, what didn't he like say that there's some sort of inclination that it could be a lover's tiff, this thing that's happened.
Sort of, yeah. There's a lot of stuff going on about these so-called assailants, and of course, apparently they referenced him as an anti-Semite, and certain other allegations, which most of them are probably BS, because, as you know, the MSM just love to give the bare minimum of information, or just flat out just like mouthpieces that you can get across in like a couple minutes without actually going into any real details. And then any so-called guests that they get on and talk about it just end up regurgitating the same nonsense. The Trump and Ukraine stuff is a perfect example.
But they're all like that, though, aren't they? They're all like that. Yeah. Every news channel, Fox were probably all pro-Trump at the time when Trump were in power.
Well, no, actually, that's not true.
Some of them, it wouldn't be, would it? Fucking argumentative cunt. You can't just agree with me, can you? You have to fucking.
I'm not as bad as Danny.
From what I saw, they were pro fucking Trump. So they're pro Trump. Fucking CNN's obviously democratic. In this country, we're not allowed. They're not allowed by the law. The BBC are not allowed to be overtly biased in one way or another, but it's clear that they are biased. And the thing is with the BBC is that right-wing people will say that the BBC are biased left, and the left-wing people will say that the BBC are biased right. That's the weird thing about the BBC. But there's no doubt that they've got an agenda. But there's it depends on where you're looking from, what you feel that agenda is.
Yeah, because our media, like we'll just take CNN as an example, are so over the top. Like I'm not even going to say bias, because it goes beyond the word bias, and like so over the top, just pushing of a certain political agenda to the point of where. Let's take a Walter Cronkite, for example, or Dan Rather, people like back in the 70s, 80s. Obviously they had their own political agenda as they were trying to push them, but they were doing so in much more subtle ways, and they were much less obvious about it, and they gave off the impression of being politically neutral, at least most of the time. Whereas these days, the media doesn't even try. They always just go on and on about, the same stuff, either just blatantly hating Trump, sometimes even saying that they want death to fall upon him. And as for Fox, the main person that supports him is Tucker Carlson. He's the main one. There's a few others as well, but even Fox has been writing the whole, the election wasn't stolen angle to some extent. It's mainly...
It's fog of war, though, isn't it, Une? I mean... These things are thrown up, and then after the 2020 election, I don't know whether I don't know. There's no way for me to know whether they were rigged or not. And I have not really got an opinion on it, because I don't know enough about it to form an opinion. At least an opinion that would fucking matter anyway. Because my opinion don't matter, because who the fuck am I? I'm over here in.
Want me to give you a suggestion? Is it something to look at in order to get in order to form at least somewhat of an opinion on the subject, if you care enough?
It's not really. All I know is, for me, that they are capable of doing stuff like that, and I don't rule it out, and I don't know. I mean, there's always allegations of it, isn't there? I mean, in 2000, Bush, the old Jeb Bush thing, where they fucking stole Florida, weren't it? Were it Florida they stole?
I believe it was Florida.
Yeah, it was Florida. I'm sure it were. and they
It was
stole,
between
and
him
then
and
they
Al
were
Gore.
fucking going to court and all sorts of shit. It just, all I know is it just undermines democracy. Something chronic.
Democracy. I fucking hate that word. I
It's
hate
not
that.
even. It's not even real. It's not even a reality. Democracy does not exist.
No.
It doesn't. There's always somebody that's got an agenda and some power as well. So whether it's the people that have got the power to be able to write the question, for example, in a referendum, you know, there's always people with some power who've got an agenda, and everyone's got an agenda because everyone's got an opinion. So anybody who says the fucking neutral is talking out of their arse. You have got an agenda. Everybody's got one, even if it's self-preservation. It's still an agenda.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, it's impossible not to have some kind of agenda, because otherwise, why would you be? Because if you don't have some kind of agenda, then you're not interested in the topic to begin with. Like say if you want to talk about sports, then you have an agenda of of pushing your ideas about your favorite teams onto people. Like say if you want to convince, like say maybe you want to talk about how good your team did in the Super Bowl, or just whatever. That's in of itself is still an agenda, even if it isn't a nefarious agenda. It's still something. But the thing is that the media are so like over the top and aren't even pushing a so-called like bias. Like I said, it's such a clear and overt, obvious agenda, because they literally scream it right in your face. I mean, you have your freaking wolf blitzers, you have your fucking
everyone's got an agenda though, unit. Everybody has got an agenda.
Yeah.
And there's no way that you can iron that out completely. So the idea of democracy, unless the people that are doing it, that are involved in it, unless they were not able to vote able to take part, so they weren't able to vote themselves, then there's it's not. Everyone's got an agenda. There's always going to be people, and they can. It is possible to rig elections, and fucking seen it on Simpsons were doing it, weren't they? Where they were, and Family Guy, I think, that were doing it. No, you pressed. Are you sure? No, you've gone back. Do you want to go back? You want to, and all these fucking fixers on these electronic voting booths. It can be done, but how can it help?
Also, the whole concept of democracy in and of itself is stupid and childish to begin with. The idea of, hey, let's play a popularity contest, so like we're in middle school or high school to select who's going to be.
Fuck off. You see, you're biased on that because that if it were everything were a popularity contest, you'd win fuck all.
I mean, fair enough. You're not wrong about that.
So you're biased.
Well, no, I'm just saying.
You don't like popularity contests because you're no good at them, so you don't like them. So you're just getting that out of the way. That's democracy gone because you don't like popularity contests because you're no good at them.
Well, I don't take part in any kind of contests or giveaways to begin with anyway. I don't like them. I think they're shady as a concept anyway. But that's besides the point. But yeah, so you guys, yeah. So here in America, it's been that's mostly been the what's been all over the news. Of course, there's the midterms as well, and they're pushing the MSM.
Oh, yeah, how was that going anyway?
It's of course the MSM are pushing the agenda of the Democrats.
I don't want to know what they push. How's it going? Who's winning? Are we close to a result?
Pretty much. Well, the Republicans are doing a lot better in terms of the votes. But
right,
of course,
okay. So the Republicans are going to take the Senate then.
That's what it's looking like, but that's what
always happens though, doesn't it? It always seems to happen. It always seems to happen that when a president comes in, usually when midterms come around, they lose Senate. So then you've sort of like got a bit of a dead duck fucking government because one's blocking the other.
Well, yeah, but again, that's sort of what happened in 2020 as well. I mean, freaking,
that's what I mean. It always happens. It always happens. You get somebody who's in power, comes to power, they've got to do everything in 2 years because everything they want to do, they've got to do it in 2 years, because when it comes to midterms, then the Senate always refers to the opposite fucking party, because people are fucking sick by this time, getting sick of it. So anything they've got to do has got to be done in first 2 years. So now you've got no fucking real government for 2 years.
And you know the funny thing is that even the Democrats don't like Biden.
As well as having a fucking mannequin, a mannequin that's had its fucking head chopped off and a fucking dead cabbage put on it for a fucking president.
Pretty much, yeah. You're not wrong about that. And let's be honest here, Harris and Pelosi aren't that much better.
Well, nobody's none of them are any good. That's why they're there.
Well, yeah, of course.
If they're any good, no one's going to get there if they're any good. They can't do that. You see, you've got to learn the game. Learn the game. Once you learn the game, you realise that it's just better to be observed rather than fucking taking part in, because it's the right shit show.
Oh man, it's the whole show is just one big giant game, and you're invited to take part in it. And if you don't, then you're accused of not being a part of democracy.
Exactly.
That's a good joke, though. I think we'll be out of Vietnam soon. Yeah, man, we're still in Vietnam. But yeah, this the midterms is just like whatever. Freaking, I mean, I prefer Trump over Biden, but at the end of the day, it's just like he's just another freaking dickhead. Just freaking. But I will say this though, he did do more for this country, like more positives than Biden did. But that's not saying much.
Who?
Trump.
Trump.
He did some good while he was in office. He did do some good.
Well, it's part of the game though, and he's just one of the pieces in game. That's all he is. You know, he might have done some good, but you can't. I just don't know enough. I just don't fucking know enough. It's just I might as well fucking piss in wind.
Fucking Liz Truss, though. Oh my god, what happened with her? She got in, and it's just like I blinked and she's gone. Like, what happened? Freaking, and then you got an Indian as a
44 days she lasted. That's the same as Brian Clough lasted at Leeds United.
Wow.
You didn't know? Wow. Well, you didn't even know. You don't know who Brian Clough is or Leeds United. But you know Super Leeds, though, don't you?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, he's named after him.
Oh. Yeah, but is that your shortest serving prime minister in history?
I think so, yeah.
Damn, well, I guess you guys can celebrate a world record. I think we've had a president that's lasted about that long in the the early 1800s. I forget his name, but he lasted about the same amount of time.
Yeah, and where was he? Where were he from?
I don't know. I don't even remember
the guy's Indiana.
Name. What?
You were from Indiana.
Indiana? Are you sure you know?
He famously rolled a ball. They famously rolled a ball because when he was running for president, they rolled this big ball. They got this big ball, right? All his stuff on his end. Vote for. Well, I can't remember his fucking name. That'd be too much. But they rolled it from one coast to other coast in America, going through all towns, and he got voted president and then died. I think about 2 months later, or 3 weeks later. So. It was quite short.
Yeah. And we've had a few like really short-serving presidents. Like it's not just like a lot shorter than even Kennedy did, and Kennedy was only like 3 years, if even that, maybe a little under 3. But yeah, it's just a bunch of freaking yeah. But yeah, now you've got an Indian president. And wasn't that predicted by what's his name? One of your previous prime ministers, the one after Blair, was it? David Cameron, I think. I think he predicted that you guys were going to have an Indian prime minister.
Right,
I know somebody.
They were bound to, weren't it?
Yeah, it was like I remember somebody predicting that in the UK that there was that was going to happen. Oh man, but Liz Truss was such a big disgrace. I mean, you know what I think? Oh, it was Gordon Brown, yeah. But you know what I think was the thing that convinced the powers that be to get rid of her was when she openly declared on camera in front of reporters that she is a Zionist. Remember that clip? Have you seen that?
No.
She did it a couple weeks ago, a couple weeks before she went out. She said on camera, "I am a Zionist, and I usually support Israel." Something like, I'm just paraphrasing, but yeah, she said that she's a Zionist and that she supports Israel. So there you go. She wasn't too fucking smart. I'm sure that people in the chat have seen that that clip as well. Oh man. Oh, Pope John Paul was 33 days, the shortest term pope. Oh wow. I didn't know.
Wow, 33 days. That number again. Them lovely Freemasons love it, don't they? That's it. That's right. Listen, unit, I'm going to pack up. I'm going to put thing in, so if anybody wants to come on for after chat, because it's been an hour and a half, and I'm losing my voice a bit. But don't forget, we've got a guest on Tuesday night. Neil, Don Telling-Pike in the chat room is going to be joining us on Tuesday night. Myself and Jimmy. Jimmy's been away. We having his time off. I don't know what Dr. Robert's doing, but he did his show on vitamin D the other night. If you've not seen that, go and find it on Raconteurs News or Health Freedom UK, our YouTube channels. They're on both of those. Dr. Robert on Wednesday night he was. I think he might be here. He'll be here anyway. I'll find out, but I'll tell you on Tuesday. So good. Thanks to everyone who's been listening and the people also in the chat room. It's been good watching you. It always is. It's always good fun watching people in chat room. And thanks to you, Uni, as well, mate. I'll give you the last word.
All right. Well, all I can say is check out my show tomorrow. It'll be live on my channel at about 9:00. I guess Jason's time. I don't know what exactly that time zone is called, but I'm going to be interviewing Dr. Raphael Johnson, and we're going to be talking about Ukraine and Russia. And this time, the interview will be saved, unlike last time, because I did one other interview with him before. It was on Twitch. It was when I was suspended on YouTube, like I couldn't post anything for about a week. And so I did it but I already arranged the date with him before, and so I couldn't change it. So we talked on Twitch, and apparently, and I didn't find out until afterwards that Twitch doesn't save the fucking footage, and so it ended up getting deleted. So unless you saw it live, you weren't going to be able to see it. that pissed me off. And I also use StreamYard Premium. It's just the free StreamYard, so it doesn't save on there either.
Oh no, man! Oh, what a shitter. Anyway. Thanks anyway for joining me tonight. Thanks to everybody, and I'll see you on Tuesday. Until then, leave me alone. Take care.